What's shaking, everyone, and welcome back to the Roger Report. The news cycle is absolutely on fire, and we've got the inside track on the stories that are dominating the headlines. Get ready, because the action is heating up, and you're about to get the unmissable updates you need to stay ahead of the game. We're diving deep into the biggest developments across the board, from the gridiron to the global stage, and trust us, you won't want to miss a single second of this. First up, we're heading to the gridiron, where a team's revamped offensive line is facing a monumental challenge right out of the gate. Imagine stepping onto foreign soil, facing one of the league's most ferocious defenses, all while breaking in new key players, including one returning from a serious injury. This is the ultimate test, and the stakes couldn't be higher for protecting their star quarterback. Next, we're peering into the crystal ball of NFL predictions. Could we be heading for a Super Bowl rematch that's already being circled on everyone's calendar? We've got the inside scoop on which teams are poised for glory, who's got unfinished business, and the bold predictions that could define the upcoming season. Get ready for some serious football talk. Then, we're talking about who's at the top of the game, literally. The NFL's official ranking of its elite players has dropped, and there's a major shakeup at the very summit. We'll break down where the league's biggest stars landed, including some surprising climbs and familiar faces. And finally, we're looking at how a championship team is adapting to a significant roster change. A key player is sidelined, and we'll explore how they're planning to adjust and keep their winning momentum going. Stick around because this is all happening now. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. A new line of defense. Kansas City is gearing up for a massive season opener, but the spotlight is firmly fixed on their offensive line, which is undergoing a significant overhaul. With a new left guard and a left tackle making a comeback from a major knee injury, the Chiefs face a daunting task as they travel nearly 12 hours to play their season opener on foreign soil against one of the NFL's most formidable defenses. This isn't just any game. It's a critical test for a unit that struggled mightily last season, directly impacting their star quarterback Patrick Mahomes. Last season was a rough one for the offensive line, with the Chiefs shuffling through multiple options to protect Mahomes' blind side, ultimately unable to find a stable solution. This instability led to Mahomes being sacked 36 times, a career high, and a career-worst sack rate of 5.83%. The consequences were evident in their Super Bowl loss, where they were overwhelmed, allowing 6 sacks and 11 hits on Mahomes. General Manager Brett Veach acknowledged the need for improvement, and the upcoming game in São Paulo, Brazil, against the Los Angeles Chargers will be the first real measure of that progress. The new starting duo at left tackle and left guard will be first-round pick Josh Simmons and Kingsley Suamataia, who has transitioned to guard. They will be up against a Chargers defense boasting pass rushers like Khalil Mack and Chili Tuipulotu. Mahomes expressed confidence in his revamped line, noting their consistent improvement during training camp and acknowledging the significant challenge ahead against a talented Chargers defensive front. Simmons, in particular, has been a revelation, exceeding expectations after sliding in the draft due to a torn patellar tendon. He has participated in all team activities and showed no signs of his previous injury during preseason games. Coach Andy Reid, who has a deep understanding of offensive line play, has been impressed with Simmons, calling him a talented and willing player who has worked hard to earn his starting position. This new line has the immense responsibility of providing better protection for Mahomes, a task that proved too difficult for the previous iteration and contributed to their Super Bowl defeat. But how will this new unit truly perform under pressure? Get ready for the full breakdown as we look at the predictions for the season ahead. Gridiron Rematch predictions. As the anticipation builds for the start of both college and professional football seasons, the perennial question of who will dominate the league looms large. The Philadelphia Eagles are aiming for a repeat championship, while the Kansas City Chiefs are determined to solidify their dynasty. A major talking point is whether these two powerhouses will meet in the Super Bowl for the third time in 4 years, setting the stage for an epic rematch. Beyond these titans, several other teams are considered strong contenders with unfinished business from last season. The Lions, Bills, and Ravens are all mentioned as teams with high expectations, looking to overcome previous playoff disappointments. Even teams that came close, like the Commanders, and those making significant roster moves, like the Packers acquiring Micah Parsons, are being eyed as potential threats. The predictions extend across both conferences, with teams like the Bengals and Broncos in the AFC and the Vikings and Buccaneers in the NFC, all having the potential to surprise. Last preseason, Pro Picks accurately predicted Philadelphia's victory over Kansas City in the Super Bowl, adding weight to their current forecast. This year, they are leaning towards a rematch, with Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, and Andy Reid's Chiefs expected to emerge victorious this time around. The analysis delves into each division, highlighting key teams and their prospects. In the NFC East, the Eagles are favored to repeat, given their stacked offense and talented young defense, though the Commanders are seen as a rising threat. The NFC North sees the Lions and Packers as top contenders, with the Lions aiming to build on their record-breaking season and the Packers boosted by the addition of Parsons. The NFC South is expected to be a tight race, with the Buccaneers aiming for a Super Bowl title, while the Falcons and Panthers look to improve. The NFC West is projected to be dominated by the 49ers, despite some offseason departures, with the Rams also considered a strong competitor. Moving to the AFC, the Bills are expected to contend despite the Chiefs' dominance in the division, while the Ravens are also seen as a major threat to reach the Super Bowl. The AFC North features a competitive landscape, with the Steelers, Bengals, and Browns all looking to make their mark. The AFC West, once again, is expected to be led by the Chiefs, with the Broncos and Chargers also in the mix. The predictions offer a comprehensive outlook on the league's landscape, setting the stage for an exciting and unpredictable season. But will these bold predictions hold true on the field? We're about to find out where the league's best players truly stack up. Top player rankings revealed. The NFL has officially unveiled its highly anticipated top 100 players of 2025 list, and this year, a new face sits at the very pinnacle. Saquon Barkley, the explosive running back for the Philadelphia Eagles, has claimed the coveted #1 spot, marking a significant achievement as the first Eagles player to earn this distinction. This ranking follows a standout season where Barkley not only led the league in rushing, but also earned the NFL Offensive Player of the Year award, cementing his status as one of the game's elite. His rise to the top signifies a changing of the guard in some respects, with the league's premier running back now recognized as the best overall player. The list also provides insight into the standing of other top talents, most notably Patrick Mahomes. Despite facing considerable adversity last season, including a depleted receiving core that led to the second consecutive year without a 1,000-yard receiver, Mahomes still managed to secure a spot within the top 10. This marks the continuation of a streak that began in 2019, showcasing his consistent elite performance and the respect he commands among his peers and league analysts. Mahomes' statistical output last season, while not reaching his usual towering heights, still included a significant number of downfield passes and yards, demonstrating his ability to push the ball effectively. Even with a 15-1 record as a starter and leading the Chiefs to their third consecutive Super Bowl appearance, the narrative around his performance has been one of overcoming challenges. The ranking sparks debate and discussion about player value and impact, especially when comparing different positions and their roles within a team's success. Barkley's placement at #1 highlights the resurgence and importance of the running back position, while Mahomes' continued presence in the top echelon reaffirms his status as a generational quarterback, even in a season marked by team-wide challenges. The release of the top 100 list always generates significant buzz, offering a snapshot of the league's hierarchy and sparking conversations about who truly belongs among the best. But how does this player ranking impact team strategies and expectations? Now, let's look at how one team is adapting to a major player absence before their season opener. Adapting to the absence. The Kansas City Chiefs are facing a significant challenge as they prepare for their season opener in São Paulo, Brazil, with a key offensive weapon, wide receiver Rashee Rice, set to miss the first 6 games of the season due to suspension. Rice received this penalty from the NFL for violating the league's personal conduct policy, stemming from a high-speed crash in March 2024 that resulted in felony charges. As part of a plea deal, Rice will serve 30 days in jail, 5 years of deferred probation, and pay restitution to the victims. This absence leaves a considerable void in the Chiefs' offense, particularly for quarterback Patrick Mahomes, who relied heavily on Rice last year. Mahomes addressed the situation, acknowledging the impact of losing a receiver of Rice's caliber, but emphasizing the team's preparedness. He highlighted that the front office, led by General Manager Brett Veach, anticipated such scenarios and invested in depth through acquisitions and player development during the offseason. The strategy is to rely on a committee of receivers to fill the gap, rather than expecting a single player to replicate Rice's production. Several players are expected to step up, including Tyquan Thornton, whose speed makes him a deep threat, and Xavier Worthy, who has drawn praise for his route running and timing. Jason Brownlee also impressed during training camp and preseason, scoring the Chiefs' first touchdown of the year. Additionally, tight end Robert Tonyan is anticipated to see an increased role in two tight end formations. This proactive approach contrasts sharply with the previous season, where injuries to key players like Hollywood Brown and Isaiah Pacheco, combined with Rice's mid-season knee injury, severely limited Mahomes' options and allowed defenses to easily neutralize the deep passing game. Tight end Travis Kelce was forced to carry a much heavier load in the passing game. This year, the Chiefs enter Week 1 with a clear understanding of their personnel and a game plan designed to maintain their offensive identity. Mahomes has specifically mentioned the return of vertical passing threats, bolstered by Thornton and Worthy, as crucial for reopening the playbook and allowing Kelce to operate more freely underneath. Despite the setback, Mahomes remains focused and optimistic about the offense's ability to thrive even with Rice's temporary absence, as they prepare to face the division rival Chargers. Can the Chiefs maintain their offensive firepower without a key player? Stay tuned for our lightning round recap and all the ways you can stay connected. And that's a wrap on today's essential updates. We saw a revamped Chiefs offensive line facing a massive test, bold NFL predictions pointing to a Super Bowl rematch, Saquon Barkley topping the player rankings, and the Chiefs preparing to adapt without Rashee Rice. Make sure to hit that like button if you found this valuable, subscribe to the Roger Report for all your breaking news, and ring that notification bell so you never miss a single update. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and follow us on all social media platforms to stay connected. We'll see you next time.